Hey everybody, welcome to MT Guitar. Thanks for joining us today. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you to all the subscribers and everybody who's commenting. Really appreciate it. Today we're doing a songwriting tutorial, and it's a really jam-packed one. We're going to cover a ton of chords that should save you a lot of time in sort of figuring these out on your own or learning them in songs. So we're going to go through all 5 open chord positions. Going to cover Sus2 and Sus4, explain what that means. Going to cover Add2 chords as well as 6 chords. And I'm going to go through them all. You should be able to use them in your own songwriting or just arranging songs you know with different chords, messing around, jamming with others. So they're just a ton of fun. With that, let's get started. Okay, so if you've looked at a chord sheet or you're learning a song and you see these strange symbols like Sus2, Sus4, Add2, 6. You're probably wondering, what the heck are those, and how do I play them? So I'm going to teach you both the theory behind them and my favorite fingerings for them. So let's start with the sus chords and sort of explain what that means. Let's say we're in the key of A, and we have a nice A chord here, and it's just an unaltered, totally normal A. Now, in every chord, there is a third. In every normal chord, like an A here, there is a third of the scale. And if I think of this as an A, here's the A bass, here's an A up here on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and that's the first note of the scale, so that's the 1. And if I climb up a scale, 1, 2, open B string, 3, that's the 2nd fret, 2nd string. That's the third of the chord. And that's the 2nd string of this A chord. Now what the sus is it's suspended. It's short for suspended. So if we change the third of the chord and put it into another note, we've now suspended the chord, meaning it's not resolved. The third just sort of makes it settled and nicely at home. So if we lift the 3rd finger, for instance, and the 2nd string is now open, we now no longer have a third in this chord, the 2nd fret, and that's why it's called a sus2, suspended 2. So this would be A sus2, and it's just a beautiful sound. A lot of acoustic songwriters do this. James Taylor, for instance. So there's a sus2 chord here, and if I'll put my 3rd finger back for a regular A. Now, if I want to make it a sus4, I would put my pinky on the 3rd fret, 2nd string. And that is common in rock, and that's probably the most common chord of the suspended chords we see. See the movement there, the weight. We want to resolve that to this, and I think of the 3rd as almost like a weight in the middle, and when we suspend it to the 4th or 2nd, it tips a certain way, and then it comes back to the middle. All right, sometimes those visual cues can help, actually. So that's A. Let's do the suspended in each of the chords here. So there's your A. Let's try D. Here's a D. This second fret, 1st string is the 3rd of the chord. So if I lift my 2nd finger, I now have a D sus2. Put it back. If I put my pinky on the 3rd fret, I have a D sus4. Okay, that's free falling, although it's in a different key. Now there's a D chord. Let's talk about a different chord here. Let's go to an E chord. Here's a regular E. If I put my pinky on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, get this beautiful full-bodied E sus4. Okay, so there's your E. What about G? Here's a G. You're going to need to finger it with your pinky if you want to do these sus chords here. So here's a regular G. If I put my 1st finger on the 1st fret, 2nd string, I get a nice G sus4. And we have one more to go, a C chord. Now, if we want to do a C sus4, this is a chord that I think is underused. I think, I might have to use it in a song of mine soon. Beautiful chord here. It's a C sus4, pinky on the 3rd fret, 4th string, barring the 1st fret on the first 2 strings. See that? actually suspending both of the thirds up to the fourth. What about add-2s? These are highly underused, I believe. James Taylor uses them a lot, certain songwriters as well. Really great stuff here. So let's take an A chord, and if I just say, here's an A, and instead of messing with the second string, if I mess with the third string, here's the A. What an add-2 is it's saying that, okay, you want to add a second scale degree to your chord, but keep the third there. It's no longer suspended. It's now an adding. We're adding the two. So instead of playing an A here, I'm adding the second note of the scale. And it just sounds great. It sounds like almost like a harp or something. Right? Really, really pretty. So there's an A add-2. I do my pinky on the 4th fret, 3rd string. And then first finger, 2nd fret, 4th string. Middle finger, 2nd fret, 2nd string. Okay? Let's go through all these in all 5 keys. Let's do the D chord. If I bar the first finger on the 2nd fret of the first 3 strings and put my pinky on the 5th fret, 2nd string, I've now got a D add 2 instead of this. Okay. How about an E chord? This is a really nice chord here. Instead of a regular E, we're gonna, it's kind of a stretch, but we're gonna put our pinky on the 4th fret, 4th string, and leave everything else the same. So second finger, 2nd fret, 5th string, first finger, 1st fret, 3rd string. And you've got an E add 2. Okay, good. Now a G major. Luckily this is a little easier. If we just play a G chord and we abandon the 5th string and kind of mute it with our 3rd finger. So we've lifted the 2nd finger and placing it on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. We've now added the 2nd note and kept the 3rd. It's a G add 2. Okay, almost there. Now our last chord is the C chord. And this one you probably have seen. It's a C add 2. And if we just play a C and then we add our pinky on the 3rd fret, 2nd string, we get a C add 2. If we have a 6 chord, what we're doing is we're taking the 5th and we're changing it to a 6th. So if I have a C chord and I add this 2nd fret, 3rd string and use my pinky here, pinky, 3rd fret, middle finger, 2nd fret, 4th string, ring finger, 2nd fret, 3rd string, and first finger, 1st fret, 2nd string. That would be a C6. By the way, that's an A minor first inversion. There's a relative minor there. Okay, what about an A6? Here's an A, here's the 5th, change it to a 6th, so I bar 2nd fret, all first 4 strings. That's an A6. What about E6? If I just play an E and add my pinky on the 2nd fret, 2nd string, it's an E6. Let's say we have a G6. We could do an easy version by just releasing the pinky on the 1st string of this G chord. That would be a G6. A D6. Instead of here, we would do 3rd finger, 4th fret, 3rd string, 3rd fret, 2nd string, 2nd fret, 1st string. Kind of sounds like a B minor, but over the D bass. So those are all the chords that I wanted to go over. That's Sus2, Sus4, Add2, and 6 chords. And now when you see those, you should be able to know where to play them if they're open chord positions and if they're major. And with that, happy practicing. All right, nicely done. Go ahead and mess around with all these chords. Have fun. That's what's important. Go ahead and subscribe to MT Guitar and check in for the daily guitar lessons. And I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Thanks, everybody. Bye.